We talked about that Jeeps are a lot of fun, but if you're not careful, you can easily get into trouble, have fear, anxiety, worry about something happening to your Jeep. And I want you to have a lot of fun, but it's important that you do so safely, responsibly, and confidently. So that is why I shared with you 5 tips for starting your Jeep adventures today. Tip number 1 was take time to dream because we're talking about adventures. We're not talking about trips or weekends. We're talking truly about creating adventures, creating memories, um, living our life to the fullest, making our bucket list. So make sure that you take that time, do some research, decide where you want to go, start to put those trips and those adventures together. Tip 2, really important, especially as you're doing your research, know where you are going. Different places have different rules, regulations. They may have different requirements of equipment that you have to have with you, places you can and can't go with your vehicle. Make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you know what the terrain type is going to be like and the difficulty of those trails. So do your homework. Know if it is bad weather, if that's going to affect the trails. Are they going to be more difficult? And know and make sure that you are putting yourself on trails that are going to be enjoyable. So you're lessening the risk of damaging your huge investment. I totally get it. 3, I talk about this so much. Reason being, I've heard so many stories of, I wish I hadn't gone on that trail ride, or I went on a terrible trail ride, or I wish I hadn't gone with those people. So make sure this is such a crucially important tip. Know who you're going with, know who you're going out with, know what their driving style is like. Do they drive fast? Do they drive slow? What is their vehicle built like? Are you guys on the same plane? Look them up, see what kind of driving style they have. Ask them questions. Do you know them personally? What's their personalities like? How are they going to handle stress? What if something goes wrong? Make sure you know before you ever head out down the trail who you really are going out with. That can help to create a successful trail ride, or one of those, I wish I had never gone on the trail rides. So you've already done your homework. You already know the terrain. You already know the level. So now you need to make sure you know who you're going out there with so you don't put yourself into a bad situation. Number 4, know what to pack. So basically, you're going to pack safety for you and your Jeep. That includes water, that includes snacks, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, recovery gear. Of course, there is more, but those are the most important things to make sure you get in your Jeep. And 5, get education and knowledge before you head out on adventures or trails. Again, like I said, it's just like driver's ed. We had to sit in the classroom. We had to learn. We had to know what the rules were, when we did things, how, why, all of those before we got behind the wheel and just drove out into traffic. Same idea for you and your Jeep before you just drive off into the unknown and onto the trail.